Hello and welcome. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET Now, a show where we'll be taking you through all the big buzzes in today's trade. I am Snehi Shah and with me is Ankita Saxena. Before we kickstart the show, Ankita, we have to talk about the markets because what a recovery coming in, 24,180 on the low just a few hours ago. We've crossed 24,700. Even Sensex is 1,000 points higher compared to its lowest point of the trading day. Tell us more about it.
Absolutely, a very volatile session. Nifty and the markets whipsawing through the day.
Absolutely.
In fact, if you look at the volatility index, also India VIX also shot up 6% today. Speaking of the volatility that we are witnessing today, in fact, we have bounced back, like Snehi mentioned, from the day's lows of 180 levels. It's 20 DMA, but we have managed to recover more than 500 points in the Nifty. We have now managed to kiss the 24,700 levels as well, but we are facing a bit of a resistance coming in on the 100 DMA on as far as Nifty is concerned. Ditto for Nifty Bank, it has managed to recover more than 900 points from its lows. Broader markets are still trading in the red. They are underperforming the benchmark indices, though the mid cap and small cap have showed strong recovery by more than 1.3%, which are they're off the day's lows. Now, sectorally, metals and realty pack are totally taking it on the chin, but Nifty FMCG is doing well today, of course, on the back of the CPI, good CPI numbers that we are witnessing. But with that's how largely the markets are shaping up. But let's get on board. Kunal Parar, Vice President, Technical Research and Algo Choice Equity Broking, who's joining us now. And on the research, we're joined by Jinay. Hi, welcome to both of you. Let's kickstart with all the stocks that are in focus today. Snehi, tell us what you have picked out for us.
Absolutely. Well, let's start by talking about a space that's not that wasn't doing well, because we have seen recovery come across the board, but initially what was not doing well is the banking space. You have a UBS note coming in this morning on that. They've picked out HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank and Federal Bank as their favorites. However, what they are saying is it's a rather bearish sounding note coming in, because what they're saying is that the non-performing loan risks have increased for CV and business loans. Early delinquencies have been seen in CV loans. They've risen by 150 bips in October versus March. They have been led by mid-sized private banks and NBFCs, the likes of Chola Finance, Shriram, M&M Finance. They've cut the target price for all three of these compared to their earlier levels. AU Small Finance Bank also target has been cut to 640 rupees. Axis Bank target has been slashed to 1,210 from 1,250 earlier. They say that small businesses, CVs and business loans are also seeing weakness, while loan against property is stable. The static pool of analysis of disbursement in recent quarters, such as deterioration in portfolio quality as well. They maintain their view on rising NPLs and raise credit cost estimate by 2 to 25 bips across lenders. Among NBFCs also, they've increased their credit cost estimates and cut in the EPS targets for Bajaj Finance, Chola Mandalam Investment, Shriram Finance and M&M Finance. Lastly, like I mentioned earlier, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank and Federal Bank are their top picks. On the back of that, we have been seeing some volatility on the banking front, but Axis Bank still continues to reel under pressure. 0.5% cut coming on that stock.
All right, well, moving on from there, then coming to you, Kunal, Max Health is what you picked out for, and this one is given a breakout, like it has touched its 52-week high today. Tell us, from here on, do you see more up move coming in from Max Health? Does the positive momentum continue? What are the levels that you're penciling in for this stock? Can you unmute yourself, Kunal?
Yes, sorry. Definitely we can see upside momentum from the present level. Right now stock is trading at 1180 level. It has been trading in its uncharted territory above all its long-term moving averages. So further upside would be there from the present level. First target that we can see the counter is 1250, and if counter breaks this unhidden resistance, then further upside would be there up to the level of 1340. So definitely we can see good upside momentum from the present level with 6 stop loss somewhere around 1100.
All right, moving on then from Max Health to the next counter, which is RVNL, which is in focus today. But despite an order win, the shares are down 2%. This is despite the company receiving a letter of acceptance from Southern Railway for 110 crore rupees project in Chennai division. And the contract involves the provision of multi-section digital axle counter systems integrated with the existing digital computerized train control at stations to enhance the dual section of safety. This contract will upgrade the signaling infrastructure in the Southern Railway's Chennai division, which is also expected to enhance operational efficiency and safety. The project is set to be completed within 18 months in line with the general contract conditions. On the back of that, RVNL is in focus today. Despite the order win, it is declining in trade with cuts of 1.5%.
Okay, the market is recovered, but pressure seems to be constant for Rail Vikas. But on that note, let's talk about a stock that seems to be doing pretty well today. Janay, HAL is the stock you've picked out for us on the back of an order win. I also believe there is a rather bullish sounding brokerage note on this as well. So take us through both of those news flows.
Well, definitely Hindustan Aeronautics is in focus. The Ministry of Defence have signed in contract with HAL. This is for procurement of 12 Su-30 MKI aircrafts, and the total order size is worth about 13,500 crores. We also have a note by UBS where they have told that the year-to-date received orders for company stands at 40,000 crores, which represents about 40% intake of FY25 orders of about 1 lakh crore. Also, they're expecting now this defense order to bunch up in Q4 on the back of a pickup in government expenditure, and Hindustan Aeronautics remains their top pick. As far as valuations are now concerned, the company is trading at 36 times PE 1 year forward on basis, and if you talk about stock price, it's currently trading up about 0.5%.
Alright, with that, it's time for a quick breather. You don't go anywhere, because on the other side, we're getting you some more buzzers in trade. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're tuned into Market Fatafat, where we are taking you through all the stocks that are buzzing away in trade. Let's get going with all the stocks then. Coming to you, Kunal, Tech Mahindra is the name that you picked out for us. A good mover, in fact, from the entire IT pack. The entire IT pack has been, outperforming. In fact, it is the only pack that's really holding the fort, even when the Nifty was correcting. Tech Mahindra is one of the names that has done pretty well for itself. From here on, where do you see this stock headed?
Well, I'm seeing a very good upside momentum in the counter, because right now counter is trading above all its long-term moving averages. It has been trading in an uncharted territory, and the positive rhythm is there in terms of all the equations that I'm seeing on a daily time frame. Right now, stock is trading somewhere around 1798. One can get into the stock at present level, with the strict stop loss somewhere around 1699, or one can say it's a 1700. The first target that we can see in the counter is 1875, and more above it would be 2000 level. So one can get into the stock for short term to medium term, and we are seeing a very good upside momentum in the counter in IT pack, particularly in this tech.
Those are the levels Kunal is spotting for Tech Mahindra. Remember, IT index has also touched its all-time high today. So good moves coming in for Nifty IT as well. But let's shift focus, talk about another stock that's in focus, and negative news flow coming in for PI Industries. That's the one that we wish to highlight, because its key customer, which is Kunal Chemicals, has given weak guidance for the coming year. They see net sales lower by 1%. Sales for agricultural chemicals and agriculture related products also seen lower by 4%. Operating income, they're seeing lower by 8%. They've also reduced their PAT guidance. They're now seeing net profit come in lower by 20% versus earlier estimates. The company said that in procurement, the group will focus on optimizing the AXEEV inventory category in collaboration with the overseas marketing department, and will negotiate with suppliers to reduce the cost of various ingredients and raw materials. Now remember, this chemical company, which is Kunal Chemical Company, is one of the biggest clients of PI Industries. And you can see a sharp dip in the stock coming in somewhere in the middle of the trading day when we had that news flow coming in. So not looking very good for PI Industries. Has recovered from the lowest point of the trading day, but nonetheless trading with cuts of more than 0.5%.
Alright, that's PI Industries. But moving on to delivery, Kunal, the discounter, it has started moving up in the last 1 month after a long corrective phase. In fact, a good bullish note coming in from Macquarie also really aided the stock yesterday. But tell us on the charts, what are you seeing from here on? Does this positive momentum that it picked up in the last 1 month continue?
Yes, definitely. It's a new entrant in F&O segment in recent days. And if you talk about the volume activity, then since last few days, volume activity is also getting up with increasing momentum. Right now, stock is trading above its 50 days moving average, and it has recently given a breakout of its rectangle formation on a smaller time frame. So definitely we may see a good upside momentum from the present level. Right now, stock is trading at somewhere around 385. Downside, the strong support comes at 368. So one can get into the stock at present level at 385 with the strict SL somewhere around 368. First target we can say it's a 398, and if stock breaks this 398, which is its previous top, so if stock breaks this 398, then further upside would be there up to the level of 420. So somewhere around 8 to 9% of momentum that we can expect from this counter at present level.
View coming in. Kunal, on that note, we'd slip into a short break on this edition of Market Fatafat and keep it going with all the big buzzers, all the stocks that are garnering attention on the other side of this short break. You stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.